Okay, guys. So let's start up with the seventh problem. Find the length of the arcs of the following curves. First curve, the parabola y square equal to 4ax cut off by the lattice rectum. So you should find the length of the arc of the parabola y square equal to 4ax, which is cut off by the lattice rectum. So this is the lattice rectum for y square equal to 4ax. And you have learned this lattice rectum, vertex, parabola, all of these things in PUC. So this is the standard form of the parabola, y square equal to 4ax. And for this, the parabola looks like this, and it is facing towards right side. And this is the vertex, and this is the lattice rectum passing through the vertex. So you should find the length of the arc of the parabola. Like you should find this length. Lattice rectum is cutting the parabola here at these points a comma 2a and a comma minus 2a. So you need to find out these this length which I'm showing here. So here, since this parabola is symmetric about this x-axis, it is sufficient if I find the upper half of the arc length. At last, I can find the required length by multiplying it by 2. So here, I've just written what this y square equal to 4ax is. I can write the similar kind of equation like this, y equal to 2 root ax. I've just written the same formula here in this form, y equal to 2 root ax. And upon differentiating this with respect to x, I have dy by dx is equal to 2 root a. 2 root a is a constant. I've taken that outside. And derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. And here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. And now it is equal to root of a by x. And now upon substituting this in the formula, root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square, actually the formula is integrating this root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square dx. That is the formula. Before that, we'll find what is this root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square. So I have substituted that dy by dx here. And since there is a square, the square and square root will get cancelled, and you are left with 1 plus a by x with a root. And now substituting this in the formula, you have twice integral 0 to a root of 1 plus a by x dx. And I have solved this integral in the previous class, guys. You can just refer question number 4. Okay, it is the same parabola I have done there. Okay, you can just go through that. And I have written the final answer of that integral. And I have applied the limits between 0 and a. So here the required length is equal to 2a into root 2 plus log root 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is all about the first problem. We'll move on to the second one. Y is equal to log secant x. X is equal to 0 to x is equal to pi by 3. Okay, and this is also in Cartesian form. So I'll be using the Cartesian form formula. So I need dy by dx for that formula. So I'll be differentiating this with respect to x. So log secant x derivative is 1 by secant x into derivative of secant x. Derivative of secant x is secant x into tan x. And this secant x and this secant x will get cancelled. And we are left with tan x. Yeah, here you can see the limits x is equal to 0 to x is equal to pi by 3. They have already given between which point you need to find the arc length. So I am using that 0 to pi by 3 root of 1 plus dy by dx. We have now found out what dy by dx is. So I have substituted that tan x. So 1 plus tan square x is secant square x. Root of secant square x will be secant x. And integral secant x will be log secant x plus tan x, and between the limit 0 to pi by 3. Once you apply the limit, you'll get the answer like this. And log 1 is 0, so it is just log 2 plus root 3. Okay, so secant pi by 3 is 2 and tan pi by 3 is root 3. Okay, next problem is ay square equal to x. This is also in Cartesian form. Again, we need to find what dy by dx is. Here I have differentiated this with respect to x. So I have got dy by dx is equal to, see, I have just explicitly written what y is. Means I have taken remaining terms the other side and y the left hand side. Okay. So dy by dx is equal to 1 by root a here is constant, and this x power 3 by 2 derivative is 3 by 2 into x power 3 by 2 minus 1. So that is equal to 1 by root a 3 by 2 into x power half. 3 by 2 minus 1 is half, or it is just root x. So I have substituted the same here. Okay. So that becomes 9x by 4a. Once you take the LCM, it looks like this. Okay. And after integrating this, no, you will get like this. 4a plus 9x to the power half plus 1, that is 3 by 2, divided by 3 by 2. Okay, and this 9 is the derivative of this 9x. I have divided by that. Okay, and between the limits 0 and 8. Now you should apply the upper limit. For that upper limit, you have this one, and for this lower limit 0, you have the second term. Okay, so this is all about the problem. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the next problem. Y is equal to c cos hyperbolic x by c from the vertex 0, c to x, y. So they have already given you the points. Okay. So writing the limit for this will be easy. Okay. So you can either differentiate the given equation with respect to x or with respect to y. Okay. If you are differentiating with respect to x, then you should use the limits for x. Okay. That is 0 to x. Suppose if you are differentiating with respect to y, then you should use the limits for y. Okay, that is as simple. So here given y is equal to c cos hyperbolic x by c. So this derivative dy by dx will be equal to c sine hyperbolic x by c into derivative of this x by c is 1 by c. This c and this c will get cancelled. And substituting the value of dy by dx here in this formula, you have root of 1 plus sine hyperbolic square x by c dx. 1 plus sine hyperbolic square x by c is cos hyperbolic square x by c. With this root, that becomes simply cos hyperbolic x by c dx. Integrating cos, you have sine hyperbolic x by c and divided by 1 by c, because derivative of x by c is 1 by c. So here, since it is integral, you need to divide by that derivative, that is 1 by c. So into c between the limit 0 and x. Okay. So yes, here is equal to c into sine hyperbolic x by c. Okay. This lower limit will be 0. And now moving on to the next problem, that is y is equal to a e power x between 0, 0 and x1, y1. Here also I have differentiated with respect to x. I found out what dy by dx is. See here, a is constant. The derivative of e power x is e power x. Okay, this is all about dy by dx. Now I have substituted this dy by dx here in the formula. And this the limit for x0 to x1. So root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square will be a square e power 2x. Okay. So here I have just taken the substitution for a into e power x, that is equal to t here. So once you take that as a into e power x as t, you have 1 plus t square here. So you can just see this is a square and this is e power x whole square. E power x whole square or e power 2x. So if you take the substitution for a into e power x as t, you will get this as 1 plus t square, root of 1 plus t square. And also you need to write what dx is, what the limits after the substitution, that and all you need to change accordingly. Okay. So this is a into e power x dx will be equal to dt. Okay, so this a power x is nothing but t. Once you cross multiply, you will get what dx is. Dx is equal to dt by t. And when x is equal to 0, t will be equal to a. And when x is equal to x1, this one, t will be equal to a into e power x1. A into e power x1 or nothing but y1, because y is equal to a into e power x. So a into e power x1 will be equal to y1. Okay. So this is all about the limit. Once you use all these things here in this integral, you'll get this type of integral. And the formula, you have the standard formula for this, root of 1 plus t square by t, that also you have learned in PUC. Okay. No. So that is this one. We know that integral root of a square plus u square by u du is equal to root a square plus. So this is the formula. I've used the same formula here between the limits a and y1. Now what I've done is I've just written s is equal to f of y1 minus f of a, where the function is this much, root 1 plus t square. Instead of writing whole thing, I've just taken that as f of y1 minus f of a, and I've written what this function f is. I've written here. This function is this much. Okay. Or you can write as root of 1 plus y1 square minus ln 1 plus root of 1 plus y1 square divided by y1 minus root of 1 plus a square. You can write like that also. I have just written in the simpler form. That's it, guys. Okay. This is all about the fifth problem. Moving on to the next problem. The parabola. This is also about the parabola x square equal to 8y. Okay. Cut off by the latus rectum. So here actually the standard this one is formula for this is x square equal to 4ay is the standard form of the parabola. X square equal to 4ay, which is facing upwards. Okay, and here a is nothing but 2 here. Okay, accordingly I have written the coordinates of this vertex and latus rectum and all. I have just written like that. And now, so what I've done is I've differentiated this with respect to y, and I've used the other formula. This is, I have found out what dx by dy is. Till now, I have found out what dy by dx is, and I've taken the limits for x. Now, what I've done is I've differentiated with respect to y, and I've taken the limits for y. See, also you can do the other way. See, you can write this y as x squared by a and find what dy by dx is, and substitute that in the formula. So there you can use the limits for x. So here anyhow we have found out what dx by dy is, that is root of 2 by y. And once you use this in the formula, you have root 2 by y the whole square. Okay. So that will be 2 by y simply, root of 1 plus 2 by y. Here also I have used the formula directly, that is from the problem 4. Okay, and I have used the same formula here, and instead of that a, no, I have written 2 here, and instead of that x I have written y. That's it. And I have used the same formula from I have solved this I have solved this integral same as I have done in the question 4. Okay, so between the limit 0 and 2. So this is the answer after application of this upper limit as well as lower limit. And this is all about the sixth one. Let's move on to seventh problem. Y is equal to log e power x minus 1 by e power x plus 1 from x equal to 1 to x equal to 2. So when you differentiate this with respect to x, you have 1 by, so you know the derivative of log x, that is 1 by x. Derivative of x, you have this. So 1 by e power x minus 1 divided by e power x plus 1. So that comes to numerator. And derivative of this, you need to use quotient rule. Okay. So u dash v minus uv dash divided by v square. So I have used the quotient rule formula. Okay. And after solving this numerator, no, you'll get this. And here what I've done is, see, I have just cancelled 1 e power x plus 1 with this e power x plus 1. And remaining e power x plus 1, I have used the formula. See here, you are having e power x minus 1. here you'll be having e power x plus 1. So I have used the formula a plus b into a minus b. So a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So I have used that formula. Okay. So now the required length will be like this. I've just substituted that dy by dx in this formula. And here I have just taken the LCM. Okay. See here, e power, once you take the LCM and add with this 4 e power 2x, you will get like this. Okay. This actually is nothing but e power 2x plus 1 whole square. And this is e power 2x minus 1 whole square, this one. But with this root, the square will go off. So we are left with only e power 2x plus 1 divided by e power 2x minus 1. And I have just considered this integral. Okay. I've taken that again I have used the substitution method. E power x is equal to t. So e power x dx will be equal to dt. So dx is equal to dt by t. So it looks like this after the substituting and all. Okay. It looks like this. And I have used partial fractions, I suppose. You call this as partial fractions, I suppose. So I have just split that. You just consider this like a by t, this one, the first one, plus you have two methods here. I can see here I've used the formula a square minus b square and I've written as t plus 1 into t minus 1. You can do that way. So that I've written b by t plus 1 plus c by t minus 1. Or else you can write bt plus c divided by t square minus 1. You can do that also. Okay. You can adapt either of the method. Okay. Answer will be same. And accordingly, I found out what A, B, and C is. Just go through this. This is just the just you have learned that in PUC. And I have written all the values of this here. I've just substituted it here. And I have integrated that. So we'll get log t minus 1, log t plus 1. And I have used the same here. And because see here, I have written log e power x in place of log t because the substitution taken for t was e power x. So wherever I have written t here, I have written e power x because the limits was for x. So I have written this t in terms of x. You can do this way also. Okay, whichever way is simpler, you adopt that method. That's it. Okay, so here I have just used the properties of logarithms. Okay, see here it is log m plus log n is log mn. So log m plus log n will be log mn. So here e power x minus 1 into e power x plus 1 will be e power 2x minus 1, a plus b into a minus b formula. And log m minus log n will be log m by n. Okay, I've used that one. And between the limits 1 and 2. See here, when you split this, no, you have e power 2x by x minus 1 by e power x, or simply it is like this. And once you apply the limit, no, both upper and lower limit, you'll get like this. So this is all about the 7th problem. Yeah, and this one, y is equal to log tan hyperbolic x by 2. Okay, and one more thing, guys, for this, I'm telling you from the class 1. For you to solve these problems, first thing you should be knowing how to differentiate the given equation. Later, you should know how to integrate. Okay, you should know how to differentiate, how to integrate, and the third one, you should know the formula. Okay, these three are very much important for you to deal with differential calculus or integral calculus. You should know how to differentiate, you should know how to integrate, and you should know the formula, either for rectification or area, volume, anything it is. Okay, so here I have again differentiated, found out what dy by dx is. Okay, you can just go through this. Okay, I have just found out what dy by dx is, and I have substituted in the formula the same thing. And 1 plus cosecant hyperbolic square is cot hyperbolic square x. Because of this root, that becomes cot hyperbolic x. And the formula for that is e power x plus e power minus x, because it is cos hyperbolic x by sine hyperbolic x. You know what the formula for cos hyperbolic x and sine hyperbolic x is. Okay, so e power x plus e power minus x by 2, e power x minus e power minus x by 2. That 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and you are left with this one. So here, how I have integrated is, I've just I've just taken this as u, and when you differentiate this, no, you'll get this numerator thing. Okay, see, I've taken this as u, e power x minus e power minus x is equal to u, and when you differentiate this, no, e power x plus e power minus x dx will be equal to du. So once you substitute all this here in this integral, that becomes 1 by u, okay, into du. So that becomes log u after this integration. Okay, log u, and log u is nothing but e power x minus e power minus x. So it is log e power x minus e power minus x between the limits 1 and 2. So again here also I have written f2 minus f1, where f of x is log e power x minus e power minus x. Or you can write it as log e power 2 minus e power minus 2 minus log of e power 1 minus e power minus 1. You can write like that also. This is all about today's class, guys. In next class, we shall start with area of plane curves. Thank you.